Supposed to XP!
Hello everyone, this is Pat Nat coming to you with SmashMasterShow with an interview. I mixed those up, but who cares? SmashMasterShow, say a quick hello.
Unprofessional.
There you go. It's very unprofessional.
Absolutely unprofessional.
This certainly isn't our second take or
I am
anything.
offended to be here.
Okay, so I'm just gonna since I already kind of led into it, I'm gonna do the question number 1, which is why don't you introduce yourself?
Well, gee, I don't know. Should I? No. Okay. I'm Chris, also known as SmashMasterShow because I couldn't come up with a better name than that. And I do video reviews and skits on my YouTube channel, which is also called SmashMasterShow. Whoa, snap, insane.
Damn.
And I don't know. I guess I tell jokes. I've been told I tell jokes, but
anyway, I'm gonna go on to question number 2. Like, what other channel or channels maybe inspired you to start your own?
ooh, okay, we're gonna be here for a while, I think. All right, let's see. Okay, so I feel like this is an incredibly obvious, common answer, but I mean, JonTron.
Yep, I expected that.
In fact, you know what? I'm sorry. You know what? Some of us aren't original. Okay.
You know what? You should think twice before giving predictable answers.
I'm okay. You know what? All right. I'm sorry. You know what? Really? No. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, JonTron. Basically anybody from Normal Boots and
Right.
Hidden Block. Although Hidden Block existed long after I started my channel, so I guess they didn't really inspire me to get started, but they inspired me to continue, I guess.
Right. Like, yeah, I'm sure they certainly helped give you like certain ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And,
And I also used to watch a crap load of Nostalgia Critic. I haven't been able to keep up as much anymore, but I used to watch him a lot too. So
okay.
it's mainly those guys, I guess. And then just, random videos that I run across from no one in particular that I'm like, ooh, hey, this is cool.
Right,
I can totally do this better, and then I proceed to not do it better.
Oh, okay.
I have a lot of confidence in myself in case it wasn't clear since
Right.
the beginning of this interview.
A lot of those people, I kind of pinpoint. I'm like, oh yeah, that's probably gonna he's probably gonna answer with that. A lot of those Normal Boots people and JonTron especially. I can see that.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, I mean I'm not saying like you're a direct copy or anything. I can tell you.
Well, I mean,
like
I totally am. What? No. Well, I mean, at least in like, I don't know how many of my old videos, like my much older videos, but definitely in like my Kid Icarus Uprising video, which is currently the first video on the channel. That one, if nothing else, definitely screamed JonTron. Like I did. If I remember correctly, I avoided watching it like the plague, but if I remember correctly, it had like spinning yellow text. It had me going yeah, just making sound effects.
Well, right.
It had me talking in a Brooklyn accent, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I kind of still do that much.
And
but
how long ago did you start your channel? 3 years ago?
When did I? I mean, I guess technically I've had my channel since 2007, but
I guess like uploading.
Yeah, as far as uploading actual, I mean, even before then I've been uploading since like 2008 or 9. But as far as like the current state of the channel that you see when I started doing that, I want to say 2012. I think it was like towards the end of 2012. It was either late 2012, early 2013. Although I'm fairly certain it was 2012. It's one of the two. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? I'm here. I'm here right now.
Is that when you uploaded the Kid Icarus video? Like around when your channel first started uploading?
Actually, before that, little known fact, for no reason in particular, is just I never really see a need to bring it up. But my first video was I originally planned on being a review channel that reviewed a variety of things on a regular basis, not just video games.
Right, right.
I still would like to occasionally do the not video game thing, but
Right.
back then when I first started, I was like, I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna do TV shows and cartoons or whatever. So
Board games?
Well, I mean, yeah, Atmosphere happened, but so, and probably more in the future if I can find good examples to do videos on. But my first video before Kid Icarus was a review of the pilot episode of My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic.
Oh gosh, no,
For no reason.
Okay.
It was just like I think it was only starting its second season at the time, and I kept hearing things about it. So I was like, screw it, I'll check it out.
You watched the whole season?
No, not the whole season. At least then, I did watch the first 2 seasons because it was a very, very slow weekend and I was babysitting. But not at the time. At the time I reviewed the pilot, I only watched that pilot episode. And I mainly did the video because it was popular at the time, and I think, hey, it's popular, I'll get views. Cha-ching, cha-ching, blah, bling. But then I did end up watching the first 2 seasons because the girl I was babysitting decided I need to pick right now at this very moment to marathon the entire first 2 seasons, and I was just stuck watching them with her. But
so, okay, that makes a little more sense then.
But yeah, I'm not like an active fan, so
okay.
But
that's good. I didn't want to kick you off the show.
But anyway, yeah, so that was the 5-hour discussion on My Little Pony for no reason. What was the question again?
Well, it was what inspired you, but
well, clearly Princess Celestia. Clearly she inspired me.
All right, let's go on to the next question. Let's go to the next one. Okay, who do you main in Smash Brothers?
It's kind of a tie between Captain Falcon and Shulk. Yes. I dabble in I like to play as Bowser and Ganondorf only when my opponent isn't perfection, because
right.
If you pick Zero. Pick Zero, good. If you pick Bowser and Ganondorf going up against Zero, that's basically you're writing a suicide note in the form of a video game. So right. So I mean I like to play as them when
for casual
when I'm stuttering, when my opponent sucks, but when it's time to double down and get serious, I like to pick up Captain Falcon, Shulk, and sometimes Mario.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I also main with Captain Falcon, but I also like to kind of dabble in the characters who are pretty low tiered, just so I can get better with the worser characters. Yeah. So I've been playing Ganondorf recently also.
Yeah, it's like fun. It's like I like to go around to mostly everyone if it's just regular play. As soon as it's time to take it even remotely seriously, I'm like, no, top 10 exclusively. That's it. No questions asked. Yeah.
Right.
I don't even remember if Shulk is top 10. So if I've been picking him and he's not top 10, oops. Anyway, the answer to the question is yes. Captain Falcon and Shulk. Next question.
Okay. Question 4. Will you ever review a Smash Brothers game?
Yeah, I've been asked that a lot. It's kind of interesting because I'm better at talking about games that are bad? Not necessarily bad, although that definitely helps. But I don't know, just the less polished it is, the more like material I can derive from it. Like I could review the Smash Brothers games, but I don't really think I could make it as funny. I could probably still make it entertaining to an extent, but I'm more of the wise funny guy. Right. Okay. So.
Well, and part of it is that Smash Brothers is such a huge game that you've made several videos kind of reviewing parts of the games, like when you reviewed the stages and stuff.
Yeah, like so, that was about as I think maybe as far as I could take it for the time being.
Which Smash Brothers game is your favorite?
Wii U.
Okay, good. Glad we agree there. I'm glad we are friends.
Yeah, I mean, technically, gameplay wise, I think it's tied with Melee.
Melee, yeah.
But just as far as the overall package and
Right.
the amount of content,
Oh gosh, yeah.
it's definitely Wii U. Because like I'm more of the guy who's like, yeah, Melee is like super fast paced and it's great to watch competitively, but does the Xenoblade Chronicles soundtrack exist in that game? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
So therefore, by default, the Wii U version wins.
Also, I suck at Melee, so that kind of puts a little bit of pressure on my choice.
I'm good at Melee if I'm playing against a cat. Or any other animal incapable of playing Smash Brothers.
Oh gosh.
Which is all of them.
You know, I feel like you sometimes just get tired of fighting Fox over and over again, because that's all anyone ever bees, and I don't know. I've had mixed feelings about Melee. I mean, it's certainly awesome. Like it's certainly amazing and stuff. It's just Brawl took the cake for a while for me, because that was a more nostalgic game anyway. But then when Smash Brothers Wii U came out, it was like all the way better than Brawl.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing that really Brawl does better except for Subspace Emissary. I know I'm in the minority, but
I thought Subspace Emissary was a good idea. It definitely had
flaws,
stupid parts, aka the entire last 25% of it. But other than that, it was. I thought it was a good idea that could have been expanded upon.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's true. I can see why they didn't add it too. That's
and don't say the Great Maze. That triggers me.
All right, I'll just go to the next question instead, which is: will there be another? Well, this question might be a little bit dated. I don't know when it's coming out, but will there be another 12 Days of Smashmas this year?
To be completely honest, 12 Days of Smashmas was written and edited together and put out like 12 to 8 hours before Christmas. Because the mindset to that video was, it's almost Christmas.
I gotta make a Christmas video.
So, I mean, surprisingly, all things considered, that video did surprisingly well.
It was hilarious. It was really funny.
I always get sad every time like my friends in real life, like, you know, or one of them anyway, she always says, that's like one of my favorite videos. I'm like, Brittany, that one had no effort. Why must you torture me like this?
I know how you feel. Yeah.
But so as for a sequel to that, I'm not sure, because this year I'm trying to make sure I plan one in advance, which I know is not saying a whole lot, because the video that came out 2 hours prior to recording this took 5 million years. But I'm trying to plan ahead so that 12 Days of Smashmas 2 doesn't happen.
Okay. Okay. The next one is what are you've explained this a lot on Twitter you've explained this a lot in Twitter, maybe some other videos, but just so it's kind of all here. What are your thoughts on Amiibo?
If I knew you were gonna ask this question, I was never gonna agree to this interview. Oh, I'm in a pickle now. All right, here we go. I'm ready. Okay, bring it on. You started this war, and I'm gonna get it. Okay. I
don't have very strong feelings about Amiibo, so you're not gonna be like offending me or anything if you say.
I can't. If I give you my full answer, we're gonna be here all day. So I'm gonna try to give you the abridged version and hope it makes sense.
Okay.
So basically, a couple of reasons. One is like Nintendo's approach to DLC prior to Amiibo coming.
A couple reasons. A couple reasons for what? You didn't explain.
Well, I mean a couple of reasons as to why I don't like Amiibo.
Okay.
So like reason number one is like prior to Amiibo coming out, Nintendo's stance on DLC was always like, we give you the finished game, we don't sell the rest of it off later. Which, I mean, they did end up doing with like Smash Brothers and stuff.
Right.
But like for that one, I feel like it's a little different because that was content that was developed later.
Right.
But with things like Amiibo, that was content developed during the game's development, and then blocked off into a figure that you had to pay $12 for if you could find it, and then you just use the figure to get the content that you could have just went to an online menu for, and then you put the figure in a closet and forget about it until you're 80.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's content that could have easily just been on the eShop or something, but no, you have to track down a toy that may or may not even exist.
Yeah, right.
Because the only 2 copies of it in existence have been bought up by some 5-year-old wearing an Incredible Hulk T-shirt. I don't know why Incredible Hulk specifically, but okay, I'm referencing pop culture for the sake of referencing pop culture. Anyway, so it's overpriced. So there's that. 2 is the Amiibo. For the most part, there are a couple of games, most noteworthy being Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. Amiibo is the whole point of it, so it makes sense for it to be Amiibo compatible. But for the most part, the majority of games that are Amiibo compatible, the Amiibo functionality is just there.
Right.
It just exists.
It just exists for the sake of existing. It doesn't give
in
much
Smash
purpose.
in Smash Brothers, if you use your Amiibo, oh wow, you get to watch a CPU play the game for you. That thing you could do already. Then in Mario Kart, it gives you what? A costume.
Costume, yeah.
Wonderful. That's costumes matter in a racing game. And then what else was there? I did like how they handled it in Super Mario Maker, because you don't actually have to own the Amiibo to get the costume. You just have to play expert mode 50
right,
times,
and you
which
get it.
Makes me cry. But
you just get it faster. If you
I don't have to spend $100 on an Ike Amiibo or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it's still a stupid minor aesthetic change, you at least unlock them.
Right.
So to their credit, there, like, that's fine.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that, but just like Smash Brothers and Mario Kart 8, and probably a couple more examples that I can't think of off the top of my head, but it's just, for the most part, Amiibo functionality is just for like minor content that it's like it's not worth going out to a store and buying $12 for a toy that, again, you're gonna just stick in your closet for 5 years.
Right.
So it's content that should have either been on the eShop or just like a free update or something like that.
Or advertised even as a toy, just...
I mean, pretty much. So then there was that one, and the third one is just people go unrealistically gaga for these things. And every time I'm on Twitter and I check the trends and I see a Nintendo character's name, I don't even have to click on it. I know it's Amiibo. Yeah. Dark Pit trends. I'm like, oh, did they announce a game where you play as Dark Pit solely? And I check it, and it's just a bunch of, 6-year-olds complaining about how they were outside for 5 years, and they went in, and Dark Pit was already gone.
Oh, gosh.
I hate people, is what I'm trying to say. People are the worst.
You heard it from him. He hates people. He hates people.
People are the worst because they want to buy a figure of Dark Pit.
Well, if there was no people...
Just get Pit and paint his wings black. That's all you have to do.
Well, that also kind of leads to another
particular
discussion
example
as to why Dark Pit is in Smash Brothers in the first place, but that's for a whole nother talk show.
Yes, please. The Amiibo already went on for 5 years. Let's not.
Okay. So question 8. Has there been any videos you've wanted to make but couldn't or didn't for whatever reason?
I might need a second to think about this one. If I take too long, you can edit out the blank space in post.
No, yeah, sure.
But and if it doesn't take too long, you can keep that in so it sounds awkward. Okay. There's one video. It was one that I wanted to do prior to deciding on the McDonald's video. I wanted to do. I was going to keep it secret in case I decided to go back to it, but screw it. I probably won't. I wanted to do a video on top 10 game shows.
Oh, okay.
And not video games based off of game shows. I mean, actual game shows.
Right.
And I wrote it for like 2 weeks, but then I stopped because the whole time I was lying to myself, saying there's absolutely no way that I'm gonna get 5,000 copyright strikes.
Yeah.
and one of the entries, to my knowledge, wasn't as susceptible, wasn't as prone to getting ID'd. But then when I went on YouTube to get footage, and like I checked the other day and it was all there, and then I went back to actually get it and it was all gone. And I was like, oh no.
That's not a good sign.
I gotta scrap this video right now while I still have my fingers.
Oh gosh.
So the main reason I did it was because of copyright reasons. So I mean, top 10 game shows. I mean, if I go back to that, I'm gonna have to like put a spin on it. That's like top 10 game show games,
right,
or like something like that. But I can't do anything. Like basically, if it's owned by NBC, I don't even bother.
Is there any other like technical difficulties that you've had when making videos, or is it just...
I do not believe so. There probably is some more. Well, Nicktoons Unite was a video I planned like a million years before it came out, and it was going to come out like around the time I planned it, but then I forget why that one got kind of pushed to the side for a little while, but the difference between that one and game shows is that one saw the light of day.
Okay.
So, but other than that, if there's any other that I'm forgetting, but other than that.
Okay. So the next one is, what was the hardest video of yours to make? And I assume I know the answer to this one already.
All of them. Was that the answer you were looking for?
It's close enough.
All right. Maybe the Rosario Vampire one, for the sole reason that was like maybe like only my 4th, 5th actual video.
Okay.
And it was when I was still trying to learn my video editor.
Okay. Right.
So like with a couple of exceptions, I'm mainly self-taught when it comes to editing. So that was when I was still trying to learn a lot of things.
Right.
And the video itself, it came out to ending like 25 minutes. So
Okay.
Combine that with lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Also, very funny story. I didn't know how to like properly trim clips.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
So like instead of like, you know, taking a clip, then like, you know, hovering over the part that you want to start at and like hitting the T key or whatever key it is, I would just like, you know, grab the clip and then just like cut it down, and then I would re-grab the same clip that I want to get a different section from. I'm probably not making it sound like it makes sense, but it in practice it takes 500 years. So
Okay.
So so lack of editing knowledge, and the fact that I had to like rewatch the episodes in order to find what I was looking for, and then the length of the video to begin with. So that was probably maybe the longest, maybe not the hardest, maybe, but it was definitely, the amount of time it took definitely made it feel like it was impossible.
Oh, okay, right. I was thinking it was maybe this the new one you just uploaded. By the way, SmashMasterShow uploaded one like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I mean, that one was mainly due to outside real life obligations taking up my time, rather than me sitting in front of an editor for the entire day, looking at one clip, trying to figure out what to do with it.
No, yeah.
Or how to do it, rather.
Right.
So that McDonald's was overall easy. It was just
okay. Well, that's good.
It's just crazy.
Okay.
Life stuff, man.
The next question is, what is your overall thoughts on YouTube Red? Just kidding. The next question is, What video would you show to someone who hasn't seen your channel before?
First of all, you're a funny guy.
Yeah.
A video I would show to somebody.
Just to kind of like introduce people to your channel.
Ooh. Raindrops keep falling on my head. Shoot, dude. I don't quite know. I like my top 10 game overs video. I'm not sure that's like, you know, an example of this is what my channel stands for. Right. This is the example of all things to come. I like how it came out. It was nice.
I'll make sure to link you guys to that video if you guys would like to see a little bit what SmashMasterShow is about if you haven't seen them already.
Yes, if this interview that I'm a part of hasn't driven you off yet, maybe top 10 game overs still won't. Hopefully.
So I'm just asking some questions that I just ask every interviewee at this point, which is like, do you know of any other channel that might like an interview? Because I'm always looking for new people to interview, and it can be difficult sometimes to find people who are put effort into their channels and stuff like that.
Off the top of my head, I'm thinking maybe Dex, maybe Dex the Swede. I know he recently did an interview when he went to a convention over in Sweden, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
He did an interview.
Yeah,
so
I actually saw him up at a SGC this year.
Yeah, so I do believe he's the interviewee type. Okay. I believe.
Anyway, thank you guys all for watching. This has been a lot of fun with SmashMasterShow. Again,
it wasn't fun. This was horrible. Why am I here?
Because I told you to be here, that's why. So, if you'd like to check out SmashMasterShow, then make sure you click that video right there on the screen, or for you mobile users, make sure you click the I, because it's also right there and in the description, however you want to do it. Would you like to close the video? Would you like to, say goodbye, or thanks for watching, or whatever cliche stuff?
Kids, don't drugs.
So long.
Other times it's a hoot. Sometimes it's just like, whoa, man, that was great. Why don't I die more often? Dying's fun. Everyone should die. So here we are.